this bit. I mean,
Really felt her pain in the, you know, watching it. I really felt uncomfortable for her. Could feel my face frowning for her. She struggled. I can't believe she won. I really can't. I don't know what people were voting for.
And Britain, nil point.
Bless them.
Yeah, but it's a clean slate, Lorraine. It's a new start. It's a new dawn. They've done that deliberately, I think. Somehow there's someone up there that's made that happen, so that next year we'll come back bigger and better. I don't think we should be down. We should be having a party. Look at them. They're flying the flag.
Do you know they were
very,
very gracious, considering they got nil point. I thought they were extremely gracious.
They really were.
They really were. It was very, very good. On a more serious note, do you think it will change the contest at all? Do you think it will change the way that we do it, perhaps?
I think that Britain really does need to seriously look at how we choose the artists, because that was not a bad song. It was sung awfully. I mean, particularly the girl just was so out of tune. We have to have singers who can actually cut it live. That has got to be an absolute prerequisite for representing your country, really.
Let's talk about the show itself. What did you think about the staging of the show?
I still think it's terribly dated. I like the fact that Tattoo went in for it. I'm glad they didn't win, because I don't think they did very well.
No.
I don't think they sang very well, but trying to make it a bit more contemporary, I think, is a good thing.
But we could do it like at the start, you know, they came on with their things, and I thought their cheesy talk was not, you know, it didn't add to anything, Liam. It didn't add anything to the competition. You know, the way that they start off, and it's as if they're having a little fling, and maybe they fall out with each other and all of that.
Well, the sort of come on Latvia stuff they were doing through the performance. Yeah, I mean, we could put a more positive...
No, I mean the presenters themselves.
Oh, these two?
Yes.
Well, yeah, no, I think they've been quite engaging throughout the evening. They've been performing to a script, and I think that's caused them some difficulties, because the script doesn't seem to have been that natural for them for some sections of the evening, but I think they've handled it quite well, generally.
I thought the staging of it was really good. I thought it was... What did you think, Joe, of the whole kind of atmosphere of the thing? I thought it was excellent.
It was pretty electric. I mean, I got the feeling from the crowd that they were having a really good time. And that's got to be the main point. You know, if people there in the studio are having a good time, well, it's not even a studio, it's probably purpose-built that.
Yeah.
Spent all the money in Latvia this year on their entire milk and butter budget on that stadium. But people will go hungry, but they've enjoyed themselves tonight. Oh, God,
No, it's true, because it was a big show for them, a very, very important show as well. I mean, they really sort of put their whole heart and soul into it.
I think it looked great. I don't think it looked cheap at all. It looks like a lot of money's been spent on that. It was good.
Very much
Having
so.
the screen on the set was a really fantastic idea, and all those overhead shots with all the extraordinary kind of picture work going on underneath the performers. I thought that was fantastic. It's one of the best sets I've seen in that respect.
Very much so. I'll tell you what, if you want to text us a message, do text to 88291, or of course you can email us at liquideurovision@bbc.co.uk. If you have interactive, you can press your red button to see your text messages coming in. Now, we're now going to do a bit of a Eurovision first to cheer ourselves up and find out what the UK jury look like and what they get up to all day. Now, rumours have it that they've been locked away in the same room since the competition first began in 1956. And they're only woken up once a year to come out and vote. Joe.
Yeah.
I nominate you. This is your mission, should you decide to accept it.
This is a big moment. This is a big moment to reveal this hidden jury.
I know. I want you to go off to that room that nobody else has ever been in and find out all you can.
I'm going to go. Shall I go now?
Please go now, Joe.
Okay, I'm going now.
Go now.
Okay, I'm off. I need a microphone.
Anything could happen.
Thank you very much.
Anything could happen.
Right.
Off you toddle.
Now, follow me, viewers, as we take a behind-the-scenes look at Liquid Eurovision. There we are. It's all fake. Down here, follow me. That's the lighting room. That makes Lorraine look gorgeous and young and 21. Down here, past the makeup room, that makes me look 21. And through here, we're getting nearer to the epicentre of this hidden jury. So stay calm, watch that. By the way, this is Simon on camera. He's available for weddings. But this is the exciting moment now. Who's the big star at the head of this jury?
Hello.
Oh, it's Lionel!
How are you?
Hello, Lionel.
Well, I hear you were gutted.
Gutted. I was,
You were really... Well, I was the chairman of the Relief.
You were. Now, just explain briefly what this shenanigan is.
Our panel was that in case anything broke down, they were, excuse me, going to take our votes.
Okay.
And would you believe that with all our votes, we made Turkey the winner?
So you got it spot on.
We got it spot on. I was up for Germany, Sweden or Turkey for me.
Okay, you're just such experts, but I'll tell you what, don't tell us any more, because cameras have been following young Lionel all day. I know that might sound a bit grubby, but take a look at this.
Well, here we go again. Good morning. Well, as Johnny Logan might say, what's another year in the Eurovision Song Contest? And when I was asked to be on the standby jury, I said, oh, let me be the one. But I must say, as Bucks Fizz would say, making your mind up. And that's what I'll be doing with the Eurovision Song Contest. See you later. And this is the jury. Hello. And we're just about to watch the dress rehearsal of the Eurovision Song Contest 2003. It's like Alf Garnett getting up to do a number. Great legs. I mean on her. I'm giving this two. One for the hair. Right, we've just watched some great songs and some not so great songs. But before we get ready for tonight's show, let's take you on a quick tour. Right, this is Studio One, where it's all happening. And this is where everybody will be sitting. And I think Lorraine will be in the centre. Hello, how are you? It's very good to see you. I'm so excited about the Eurovision Song Contest. Right. This is my dressing room, and I'm just going to get ready for tonight's show. All I can say is, may the best band win. See you later. I'm so excited!
Lionel in his dressing room there.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what went on there.
I'm so excited.
So Lionel, you've been in here with this group of people.
we
Who's
have
this
all day.
beautiful young lady?
This is
between
lovely.
us?
Jill. Yeah.
Jill. Okay, Jill, can you just tell us, what did you think of the UK entry?
I thought it was good, but I'm very sad that we got no points.
Okay, Lionel, what was your professional opinion?
Well, I didn't like it. The mere fact he went, there was another singer.
Do that again, Lionel.
That's
not nice from you.
It's not nice from
Yeah,
anybody.
yeah.
And a few years ago, another one of our singers suddenly put two fingers up before he went on. I don't know if you remember that. And what for? That was bad. And we didn't deserve any points, I didn't think.
There's some high emotion in here tonight.
I didn't think we deserved any
Really?
points. But all I can say is to everybody, up Turkey. I like a bit of Turkish delight.
Okay, a bit of Turkish delight from Lionel. It's beginning to steam up in here, so it's back to Lorraine. So,
Thank you, guys. Joe, you can bring him in. Bring Lionel in, can you please? I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to go to Tim in Riga again. Hey, Tim, what's happening in Riga?
Oh, well, tears are flowing, but hey, champagne corks are popping as well. These are the two guys who held the whole show together. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, yes, we really did. Especially the last moments. We really went like this more up and or like, yes. I think we really enjoyed it.
We enjoyed every minute, I think so, every second of the show.
Sure. Now, were you surprised by the way the voting went? Were you surprised by Turkey winning?
No, because in fact I told before that Turkey would win, and I had.
Gee, why did you tell me that?
Well, why I have to? It's my own.
I am surprised in a very, very nice way that people love the nice music. That Belgium was so high. Because we thought that it's a great song. And it's so nice that they were.
It was our favorite, and we're very happy that people are listening to music. So there is no any Eurovision standards. People are listening to music. So.
Of course, the UK, we got 0 points, which is a disaster for us. Do you feel sympathy at all?
Do we feel what?
Sympathetic for us? Do you feel sorry for us?
Yes, come in the middle. Come in the middle. So we'll take care of all the English.
Thank you.
Englishmen in the city.
Thank you.
Tonight.
Okay. It's getting pretty emotional here, Lorraine. I think you
streams of whiskey aflow.
We don't sing that in England.
I know, but it's very close. You gave 12 points to Ireland.
We did.
And we sang so many songs in Elton John songs, so it was a good advertisement also for England.
Guys, you did a great show. Lorraine, back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was very nice. They were being very sympathetic. Now let's thank you for all of you that are emailing and texting. Thank you very much. Do keep them coming in. Thomas from Glasgow says, I think Gemini weren't bad. And he says, Rufus from Estonia were very good. Danny Mason says that we should have had Jessica sing it again. Would you ever do it again, Jessica?
I don't know. I mean, I had an amazing time, and coming here tonight is just kind of made me feel a bit.
That's sitting next to me, I think.
Probably is.
I didn't want to say anything, Joe.
Paul Stevenson says we should pull out of Eurovision and take our money with us. I'll tell you what, Tim in Riga has got the winners. Hey, Tim.
Congratulations, congratulations. How are you feeling?
It is so exciting. It is very unbelievable, and it's lovely. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Thank you.
Were you surprised by the number of votes you got?
Sorry?
Were you surprised by the number of votes you got?
Yeah. It's something, you know. It was very critic, but the last vote, it changed everything. It was great.
Now, we only got 0 points. We got 0 points. The UK didn't get any points. You know, any message for Gemini?
No problem. No, but it's a game. No problem.
We had it before several times.
Yes, we had it. And it is nothing.
Not a big deal.
It's a game, and it's a lovely song. It was, and we had fun.
Good stuff. Now, how will this change your life, do you think? What do you intend to do now?
I don't know. We have a hit now, and we'll see what will happen.
Sure. Your plans for tonight? You're going to go to the party?
Yes, we're going to the party. Come.
I will. Okay. There you go. I'm going to the party with the winner of Eurovision Song Contest. That's all right, isn't it?
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Back
Tim.
to you.
Thank you, Tim. We'll come back to you later on. I'll tell you what, John Ranwell from Lancashire, he's emailed to say, I hope Holly Valance's lawyers were watching the show. The winning song is a complete rip-off of her Kiss Kiss. Holly, of course, took that from Turkey originally, but hey, got a point. Don't you think?
Well, it's the same author, so it's not really plagiarism.
Right.
You can't plagiarise your own sort of stuff. And Sertab contributed to writing it as well.
Sir Lionel Blair joins us.
Yeah.
Sir Lionel, how are you?
I'm fine. We've had a great time. And our panel, the winners were Turkey.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got it right?
Absolutely. Well, what I loved about Turkey was it was the sort of the river dance of this year's. Do you know, it had that spectacular thing
That's
going
true.
on. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
and I
I
know
do.
what Joe meant about the Las Vegas thing, but it was spectacular. It was what the public loved. It was a bit of glamour, a bit of zhuzh and everything.
Yeah, that's true.
And that, I think, helped it a lot.
I think, to be honest with you, without that routine, if you judged it on purely vocals, I mean, Carrie, you were saying that,
no.
purely on vocals.
No, I absolutely
No.
agree. We weren't very good.
Lionel, we weren't very good. That's true. That
No,
is
I have
true.
to say.
We're trying
And
to put
I
a
wanted
positive
us to
spin
be
on it,
good.
aren't we, guys? We're
Yeah.
trying to put a positive spin on it, but it has been quite difficult. I felt really sorry for them. I don't quite know what happened.
Well, putting a J instead of a G for Gemini was mine.
I don't know what it was. I just don't think. I mean, Carrie, you know about vocals and you know about all of that. What did you think?
I think that it's very easy for us to make the excuse that it's a political reason why they didn't get points, but actually those vocals were really bad. The girl was totally and utterly out of tune, and in fact in the chorus she went and sang the backing vocals harmony. She couldn't even remember the melody. I think one thing we have to take into account though, which no one can imagine, having done the competition myself, it is so nerve-wracking. The nerves are unbelievable. As Jess will, hear me. It's really difficult, and so.
But what's the answer? How can we make sure that a better song and a better set of singers sing it?
We have to get good singers first of all. Second, they have to have enough rehearsals so that you're singing on automatic. You don't make those kind of mistakes. It's not like a big number like Jess had last year with big notes in. This is a simple song to sing.
But you know the way that the Spanish have done it and other countries have done it, where it's like a Fame Academy type thing or Pop Idol type thing. You know, I mean, if you had Gareth Gates up there. Or Will Young. I mean, we had Jessica last year, of course, but if we had one of these guys up there, they would. I mean, you had plenty of experience. I mean, it's very unfair on Gemini. I mean, this is a big deal for them. They've not had the experience you had.
Absolutely.
You performed on a Saturday Night Live to
and I had an
millions
arena
of people.
tour, beforehand. And I felt confident enough to go in there. I mean, it is a difficult thing for them to go in and do.
It must be awful, yes. Terrifying.
If you've never done
especially
that
when you've
before.
not seen that kind of an audience before. I mean, the audience is a big audience, in the arena, so to speak, itself.
Sure.
So that's enough, I guess, to put you off. I really felt for them. She looked amazing.
She looked Scott.
Her legs were great.
We have to go to Scott here because
great.
Scott was the man who dressed them
Well, the shot
and styled them.
didn't work on the night, but you know, I think Chris, he worked it more than Gemma. I think, you know, she probably got stage fright. She wore the dress very well. She looked very sexy, so it goes to show a sexy frock doesn't always steal the show. It's down to the song at the end of the day.
I mean, to be honest with you, I think she looked absolutely fabulous.
Well, she worked that
She
bottom.
looked
But there weren't enough shots of that. What was going of the bottom?
And there was a
Because
lot,
there were things going on there, weren't there?
There was a little
You noticed things
nestling
going on, yeah.
on her bottom, and if the camera had angled to it, perhaps, you know, she could have
We'd have
worked
got a
more
few more
kindly
votes.
way. We could have got a few votes.
Out of that, yeah.
Well, I'd have sung backwards if I'd hit those notes. I just turned around.
Yeah.
Very so. What a shame.
Absolutely.
But they'll be gutted. They'll be absolutely
Oh, yes.
gutted. They'll be so upset about that. But having said that, we did see them earlier. I Tim talked to them, and they were at least trying to put a bit of a positive spin
I
on
wonder
it.
whether they could hear themselves properly. That's my only other thing.
You said, Jessica, that last year you could hardly hear what was
Last
going
year
on.
I couldn't hear the music. I mean, it was very, very quiet in my ear monitors, and also the backing singers, they just cut them off completely. I had nothing to go on. It was really, really difficult. You couldn't hear a
that's
thing.
scary.
All week the contestants were crying because they couldn't hear anything. We all went on knowing we were all in the same boat.
Yeah, but that's where experience comes in, doesn't it?
Indeed.
That
Look at her
really
face
is.
there. Look, there's no smile. There was no
She got
smile.
dry mouth. She got that nervous thing.
Nervous though, nervous. Liam, how depressed should we be? Because we want to put a positive spin on this.
Oh, it will be possible.
Yeah, I think we've all got to be very depressed because we can't pretend it hasn't
But
happened.
can we bounce back?
It doesn't mean they didn't get any phone calls, though. It just means they weren't in the
true.
top 10. So there could have been tens of thousands of phone calls coming in across Europe for them, but
Exactly.
not actually translating into any points. They might have been 13th, 14th, 15th, maybe lower. It's a bit disappointing. It's not the first country ever to get zero. It's the first time we've ever done it. People won't be surprised to hear that's our least successful ever performance in Eurovision.
We've never been last before, have we?
We've never been
What's
last.
the worst that we've ever done before?
28 points and 16th under this scoring system, which was a
Right.
couple of years ago. Actually, the last 5 years, with the honourable exception of Jessica Garlick, who was, of course, fabulous and came third, we have done really, really badly in the United Kingdom. And maybe it is time for us to address the way we look at the contest. We're in quite good company, though. The Germans came last back in '95. The Spanish came last in '99.
And
when
they bounced back.
Yeah, when the French
Yeah.
came second last in 2000. I was in Paris that night and watched it on BBC Prime or World or whatever.
Of course.
But I turned down to the French news and they broadcast the fact that France was second last. Then he visibly brightened the newsreader and said, last place with 2 points was Belgium. So maybe that's a bit of deflection might be...
If only we had someone to deflect to, though.
They
got a point at the last
They
minute
got
on
some points for
Estonia.
Estonia, but for the hosts, that's really embarrassing. I can't remember.
Actually, no,
when
that's
the hosts
true.
have done worse.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
it. There's the spin.
That's it.
Yeah.
It could have been a lot worse.
I
Because
was
we could
amazed
have been...
because I thought Germany and Sweden had what I call disco songs, and they didn't get any.
I like the German song.
I love the
my
German song.
favourite.
Joe, you love
I
German.
love the German
loved
song. So
that
did I.
song.
You
I
did.
absolutely
I really
loved
did.
that song.
And I was amazed that those songs like that were not in the top 10, top 5
Yeah.
even.
Mind you, we loved the Belgian song, didn't we? I was really upset
Oh,
they just
yeah, but I
got
wasn't-
pipped right at the last
Do you
minute. They
like
got
that?
pipped. It
They
did.
like
Now,
that.
Dan in Aberystwyth says, our song wasn't the best, we'll give him that, but we did not deserve nil point. It was purely political. So we can kind of, maybe we can take some comfort from that.
Sabotage.
Think?
Could be.
Maybe.
So.
Maybe. I'll tell you what, as you know, the public decide on the UK results, don't they? So we thought that we would see how different parts of the country voted and who came out top in each area. Now, in Scotland, they voted for Ireland. Yeah, they voted for Ireland, 84,000, which is pretty good. Northern England, they went for Ireland again. And Northern Ireland, well, hey, what a big surprise. They went for Ireland. Wales went for their Celtic cousins. They went for Ireland. And the Midlands, who did they go for? It was Ireland, but shock horror. The south of England, they went for Turkey. That's very interesting, isn't it? That we went. The Irish song wasn't bad. I was quite surprised that it got the 12 points. It was
Daniel O'Donnell, wasn't it, really?
I thought it was a wee bit Daniel O'Donnell. It wasn't a bad song.
Darius crossed with Ronan there.
You thought it was a Darius
Could have got a few
Ronan?
votes from the ladies. Quite sexy.
Pop hybrid. That's perhaps what we need. We need to get two pop stars,
Fusion.
get them to mate, and give us a Eurovision contest entry that's going to win.
Yes.
Who should we have?
We need Gareth Gates and Victoria Beckham.
The Irish thing was a bit a Darius lookalike. He did look a bit like that.
Yeah, he wasn't as cheesy or as
No, it's a bit
Darius.
smarmy.
Yeah, but he was there. He was there with it. But I thought he sold it quite well.
Gimmick-wise, he had the guitar.
He had the green guitar.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How important do we think a gimmick is, though? Like, you know, I mean, we've seen what it did for Turkey.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. I mean,
Well, and pulling the skirts off for Bucks Fizz.
Yeah.
exactly.
Maybe he should have whipped his jeans off. That could have been the answer.
That's maybe what we should do next year. I don't.
We need to
know.
go back to basics. That's what it is. We've forgotten our roots, our Eurovision roots, which is basically taking our clothes off.
You think so?
Brotherhood of Man, they just had that cute routine.
Yeah, they had a
didn't
nice
they?
routine. That's 25 years ago.
I know.
Oh, dear. I'll tell you what. We'll have the results of our competition that's been running on the web for the last week to win this gorgeous thing. Look at this. It's a fantastic handheld television book. There it is. All you had to do was predict who came first, second, third and last in tonight's contest. Loads of you entered, and I have the winner here. Nobody got it right because nobody said we would be last. You see? The winner I have here, it is Martin McCuddock. Martin is from Mitcham in Surrey, and Martin, you are getting this because you got nearest. Over 3,000 entries, thank you very much indeed for that. And if you would like to send us a message, text us 88291. That's 88291. Now, you're now going to see something marvellous, something that is not usually shown. It's a behind-the-scenes look at Terry El Tale at Eurovision.
Sorry, wrong side. Oh, this is one of the annual delights of the Eurovision Song Contest, where security is so tight that actually nobody can get into the hall. So we're now going to walk 3 miles to the hall. Is this the hall?
Yeah.
How's anybody supposed to get in? I wouldn't say security was tight. I would say nobody has a chance of getting into this performance. So if it's an empty hall on Saturday, you'll know the reason why. Time I've seen it, you know, they say these countries can't stage the Eurovision. Just have a look at this. Spectacular. Wonderful.
I think you're that way, Doctor.
Am I?
You are.
You're with this man.
Senior executive.
This man is a very, very senior man with RTE.
Thank you.
And he'll be extolling the virtues of Mickey Joe Hart.
I will, and I'll do what I can for Gemini. I promise nothing without drink, but I will promise that I will help.
We'll see you right for a few drinks outside.
Thank you. You brought the Baileys, have you?
I did.
Good. I knew I could depend on him.
It's a much better view at home, isn't it? Huge crowd. Fantastic atmosphere. This is only the rehearsal. I'm not sure about the toilet situation. I am a man of iron in this regard. As long as we have a sufficiency of alcoholic beverages, you won't hear a word of complaint from me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm well known for being a meticulous rehearser. I have to write my script, get the autocue ready, and the idiot boards. So please, thank you.
Oh, we love Terry. He makes it, doesn't he?
Wonderful. Oh, wonderful.
It wouldn't be the same, Liam, would it, without Terry?
He did really very well tonight. I thought
He always does.
I thought he did particularly well tonight.
He's very funny.
Very
He always says exactly what you're thinking.
Yeah.
As soon as you're thinking it,
He says it.
it's Terry. It's very funny. Now, Austria. What can I say about Austria? He actually did
Alf.
quite well, didn't he?
Sixth, I think.
Sixth he was, our
Wow.
Alf. What did we think of Alf?
I think that Alf should have had subtitles going on, because actually that song had such brilliant lyrics. It was the fluffy bunny rabbits are running in the fields. It was even better if you'd had the subtitles.
I wish I'd seen all those animals. I wonder what it's about.
Exactly.
Don't you just love the backing singers though? Because that's his mum.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
He's
his
Richard
mum.
Watson from the Crystal Maze, isn't he? Look.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He is so...
Or Anne McFarlane.
McPartlin.
McFarlane. From Ant and Dec. From
He's
there.
got Deck in a silver dress.
And he looks a bit like Ant's father.
Joe, do we think he was having a laugh? Or do you think, what's going on
I don't
there?
care. I thought it was brilliant. But the problem was...
I think he's on drugs.
Yeah, he was second or third, wasn't he? If he was on drugs, I want some of that, frankly. To stand up in front of 200 million people and do that is great.
When I first saw it, I couldn't believe it. And then I suddenly liked it. I thought, hey, it's quite good.
It's, to me, you know what he looks like? You know those mad children's TV presenters that are crazed and obviously on 10 bottles of gin a day? He reminds me sort of that. It's that sort of look, you know?
It's the hands in the air that does it.
It's the breakdown, though. I don't know if we're going to see the breakdown now when it goes all heavy metal. He does it down there.
Oh, yes.
Yes, this is the bit I like.
Scary.
Oh, let's have a look. Oh,
he must have been having a laugh, I'm sure.
Oh, he must have been.
I think so.
But that's like Eurovision of old. All the entries were like that, weren't they? They were all like, you know, and now that's a standout track because it looks unusual.
I just can't make my mind up as to whether he's got a really serious message. I mean, he's talking about how, you know, we're all... Oh, I have hot news. Alf is with Tim. Tim, do you have Alf in Latvia?
I do. He's with me now. Alf, I thought you did great. You came 6th. Are you happy with that?
No, I'm very, very disappointed. And for me, it became evident that Europe has no musical taste. You can hear that, no musical taste. I wanted to save Europe, but Europe is not ready for me yet. That's what I want really to say. I'm really, really disappointed.
Okay, keep calm, Alf, keep calm. When you went up there on stage,
Yes.
were you nervous? Were you excited?
No, I was not nervous and not excited. I just did and said what I had to say. But if the people don't understand what you want to say, I'm so disappointed. I really can tell you. I hate this song contest. Everything. I'm
You're
so
not the only one, mate.
disappointed. Pardon?
You're not the only one. But listen, your brand of comedy has spread far and wide. You've become the talking point of this competition. That's got to be a good thing.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, but who cares with me now? I have to cope with it myself. Number 6. Number 6, me. No, I am disappointed.
When you go back to Austria, how will they react to you?
I don't know if I go back. I think I throw everything away. I hate this contest. Fuck the Eurovision Song Contest.
Apologies on behalf of the BBC for that language. This is a live programme.
Yes.
Alf, keep it under control. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'd like to apologise for Alf's language. Back to you, Lorraine.
Thank you, Tim. Naughty Alf,
That's
though, at
his
the
message
end.
there.
Yes, that was his message. Don't you think that's hilarious? Me? 6. He's genuinely outraged.
Very
Genuinely
Decide whether
outraged.
he was serious or whether he was still having a laugh.
No, he was having a laugh.
Don't know, for goodness
wonderful.
sake. Alf, what is he like? At least he got some points, for goodness sake. Anyway, now, the other kind of big controversy, Alf was kind of everybody was, you know, quirky Alf, how nice and whatever. Tattoo, we just weren't sure what to expect, were we? We just didn't know what was going to happen. Were they going to appear? One of them was in hospital. Were they actually going to turn up? What were they going to do? And in the end, didn't really do very much.
No. And I thought the Israel girls were dressed like them in the school uniforms.
They were.
They?
No, actually, we must talk about Israel later. That was very, very strange. But Tattoo, what did we think of the performance, Carrie, vocally?
I thought that was probably the next weakest performance after our own, actually. I think the vocals, obviously she's got one of those girls, I don't know which one's got a big throat problem. So actually it's interesting that I can't actually tell the difference between the one that's got the throat problem and the one that hasn't. As a vocal coach, that's a bit scary.
That is a bit scary.
But I just don't think the song was very good, and I think they've got to up the ante. You know, if they're going to release records that are fantastic and then enter the Eurovision with rubbish like that, then, you know.
Do you think, though, I mean, apparently they were drag kicking and screaming into it, if you can believe what you read and if you believe anything about these two, will it do them any good to have been in Eurovision, or what do you think?
Personally, I think it's going to have a really negative effect on their career, actually.
You think people will think,
well, just be like, you can't even win the Eurovision? That's what I think people will think.
that's the terrible thing. That's why a lot of our names, like when Cliff went into it and Michael Ball did it,
yes,
and they didn't win, it was terrible for them.
That's true, you've got something to lose then.
It was to lose on Eurovision, having been big stars, you know, that was, and these two are big stars at the moment.
It's 3 points, Lorraine. 3 points they were from winning tonight.
That's
so,
true.
so they really only missed it by a whisker.
But don't you think it would have been a travesty if they'd won with that kind of performance and that kind of song? Because
well, not necessarily.
No?
I think that there was so much hype about them beforehand that they just had an inbuilt advantage. And I think it's the message, if you want to do well in Eurovision, put on some people who are well known. Because as you've said, there were maybe 2 weak performances. One of them's come last with 0, one of them's come third and missed winning by 3 points.
I've got to say, all they had to do to get those extra 3 points is have a snog. You know, frankly, that's what we were all waiting for, you know.
I think the cheeky girls would have done better.
The cheeky girls would have snogged. At least. Look, this bit here where they run up on stage, everyone thought this is what they're going to snog now.
I have to say, we were riveted to that one.
Yeah,
and I bet you everybody all over Europe was riveted to that. There was no going out for a pee, there was no cups of tea, there was nothing. You were absolutely... And I thought at one point they were going to do something.
Yeah,
kind of fumble.
there was a moment where everyone thought the BBC are going to cut away to the weather or something now because it got a little bit hot and steamy, and they didn't do it, and I think that probably lost them that extra 3 or 4 points.
They ran down holding hands and the other one threw it away.
Yes.
Did you notice
I think they've fallen out. You're on my wavelength. I detected a bit of tension.
Very, very strange. What did you think of the performance, Jessica?
I just thought it wasn't good at all. I thought it was rubbish, if I'm honest. I don't know. They were screaming. They clearly can't sing live in the lesbian act. You know, if I'm honest, that's just the way I feel. It's just, they were rubbish. The light show was fantastic. They had a great sort of stage performance as a whole. But as singers and, you know, artists, they were pants. They were just awful.
No.
I like a woman who says what she thinks. No, it's good.
Just how I feel.
No, it's good. We've got Tim in Riga for us again. I don't know who he's with, but I shall certainly find out soon. Hey, Tim.
Hello, this is the post-Eurovision party. I have to say I'm a bit disappointed. I was expecting like Bardo and Bucks Fizz playing in the background. Well, we've got this kind of ethereal music. I don't know if you can see here. People wandering around with funny hats like that. And very symbolically, there are a couple of swans gliding around on a paddling pool. It's all very European. So the food, though, is pretty good. We've been looking over here earlier, and this party is going to go on for a long, long time. Of course, we're 2 hours ahead of you here in Latvia. Just going to make my way through here. Look, it's vulavons and all that kind of stuff, which is all very, very nice indeed. Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves. I think it's going to be building up in a couple of hours, so at the moment it's fairly sane. But I think with the likes of Alf here, and he's on the wines over there, I have no idea what's going to happen in a few hours.
Oh, this is sweet. Oh,
it's going to be quite interesting, though. So.
Tell you what, thanks for all your emails and your texts. Ian Rate says, thank you first of all for raising your glass of champagne when you came on to give the UK votes. I thought that was a wonderful touch and very British. Certainly was very Glaswegian. There you go.
Can I just say, though, I was holding Lorraine's stunt glass of champagne. Because just in case Lorraine had drunk it, I had one on standby.
That's always a very good idea whenever I'm involved, that's for sure. Well, you know that we've been looking at performances from tonight. I just want to take you way, way back. And Carrie, you'll love this. This is Carrie when she was in Sweet Dreams. It was, what, 1983 when she was in Eurovision?
17
She was a child.
1983.
Let's have a look at this. Here it is. It's coming, honest.
It's not coming. Hallelujah!
Do you know what? Did you pay the director to lose that?
I paid an awesome amount of money to have that taken off.
Oh, can you do it now? Can you remember it?
It's amazing how it's just slipped my mind right now.
What a shame.
It was a very long, very, very long while ago.
But can you remember the whole kind of Eurovision experience?
Gosh,
what was it like?
You hear that dum 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 da dum dum dum. You hear that theme tune. I heard it tonight. I was like, I feel nervous instantly because they just say, you're 17 years old, 200, 300 million people watching you live. You're only representing your country, for goodness sake. It's scary. It's really scary.
How did you do?
We came 6th,
Like
same as Alf. But we didn't know like him.
Please don't have the same reaction as Alf, or we'll get taken off the air, because we don't want that to happen, for goodness
I
sake.
staged one number for the Eurovision was for Lindsay DePaul and Mike Moran.
Oh, where
Rock
are we?
Bottom.
Where are
I
we?
remember that.
And I staged that. I put them in the
They had like bowler
black, the
hats.
bowler hats and the black jacket and striped
remember
pants.
that, I do
And they were
remember
reading
that. That was a good one,
the
that, yeah.
Financial Times. And
So that was your kind of Eurovision moment.
that was my Eurovision.
How did they
moment.
do?
They didn't, I don't know where they
Second.
came. Second.
Oh,
That's right, they
Liam
were
knows.
second.
Oh, don't you worry.
Liam knows
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
You can ask Liam anything, and he knows it all.
Yeah,
He's
they-
fantastic.
I'm going to ask him about my
absolutely
marriage in a
fantastic.
little while.
Now, Tim Francis is telling us that Russia entered Tattoo, a well-known and already established act. Why can't the UK enter someone already popular?
Absolutely.
Let's have Robbie Williams or Kylie as our entry. Now, Kylie's Australian, but we've had Australians for
Gina
us, haven't
G.
we? Gina G. Gina G was Australian. Olivia Newton-John.
Olivia Newton-John, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
Katrina's an American.
And Katrina was the yak. Yeah, was she Canadian? No,
Canadian, isn't she?
Is she a Canadian?
She was.
Oh, yeah.
Don't argue with the encyclopedia because he knows all. He knows absolutely all. Can we have a little look at Estonia? Because Jessica, you were particularly keen on Estonia.
I really loved Estonia.
Yeah.
I watched the video earlier in the week. I had all the previews, and I loved Estonia. The 80s coming back.
I like that one.
I guess,
like
you know,
the
I grew up in the 80s, and that's the kind of bands I would see, that type of thing, you know, on Top of the Pops. And I loved the way they got back into the clothes. They had the band on. He was full of attitude. It's a great song.
You like that one?
What was the contortionist one?
Ukraine.
Oh, the Ukraine.
Ukraine.
What
What was that?
That was bizarre.
It really was, wasn't
That,
it?
I mean, that was one where you just kind of looked at it open mouth.
What? And when she was like a crab with her leg
Yeah,
up.
but you've remembered it.
Strange.
You know, that's the gimmick. That's the power of the gimmick. You see, it's gymnastic, fantastic.
This
You've
little chap here from
remembered.
Estonia, who the 80s are coming back and all.
Yes. Yeah.
He's reminding me of like Lloyd Cole in the Commotions. It's all,
Yeah.
you know, he's obviously
Yeah.
studied the videos and all of that. Could we see this doing something?
You've got to credit him. He's written this song himself.
Yeah.
He's in English, which obviously isn't his language. He's
Yeah.
performed it very well. It's a
Yeah.
nice song. It's very catchy. 80s coming back. I'm not sure I want the 80s to come back from what
I can't remember.
Especially for Estonia.
They're blurred to me.
Well, it's straight back.
Russians.
I thought it would have done better than it did. I thought it would have gone higher. Actually.
Yeah, how did it do actually? How did Estonia do,
I
do that?
would need
But
to see the score, but
Yeah,
I'd
I
need to
don't
do
know.
the-
It wasn't up there, and it should have
No.
been, because I thought it did, as you say, I think he did it very well.
Yeah.
Do you think the winning song is actually going to be a big hit? I mean, I'm sure it'll be a big hit in most of Europe because that's what tends to happen, doesn't it?
I think it was actually a
think-
better record than it was performed tonight.
really?
As a record, it's a lot more clubby, a lot more dancey, and I think, I don't know, it'll be a hit in Britain, but it could be throughout Europe.
I think a lot of ladies will start going to belly dance lessons.
Do you know, apparently it's really, really good, not only for losing weight, but for your sex life. I'm told. I only think that.
For your sex life.
No, that's what this, yeah.
So if you start going to belly dancing lessons, you're going to get laid a lot more.
No, it just improves.
Oh, it improves your existing.
improves
Improves
your
your sex life. You don't go
movement.
to the belly dancing lessons
Yeah.
for that, but apparently it just kind of lifts and
And
tones.
if you have lots of bands wrapped around your waist, does that help?
What did we think about Israel? Style-wise, Scott?
Well, I think Wogan's right. This was the Eurovision of the backing dancers rather than of the
Do you
actual
know,
main
that's
artist.
true, you're right, they've
Yes,
taken over.
it was.
And Pan's people should maybe come back to Top of the Pops now. It was all about, versatile outfits, as many numbers as you can get into, and especially the flaps that pulled down,
There they are.
creating
Yes.
Love You. How fabulous was that? I mean, you know,
It's sort of took away
a little
from
bit
the
of a
fact that-
strip routine.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, he does look like Shane Rich's twin brother as well. And all those teeth and...
But you see,
He
they
did
wear
have more
tattoo
teeth than any
outfits.
normal man. didn't he?
I thought he looked like Liza Minnelli's husband a little bit.
Yes, maybe a hybrid of the two, as
Bit like
Joe was
David
saying
Guest.
earlier.
So, a bit
Yes.
like David Guest.
Yeah.
But I think the winning outfit has to be Stalios's satin trousers, because
Yeah.
that man was a bit slimy and
Cyprus,
satin trousers.
yeah.
The white ones.
The Greece was it?
And Big Bertha
Cyprus.
as well from
Cyprus.
Netherlands. The fuller-figured woman as well, Lorraine.
I like the fuller
Pleased to
figured
see them
women. I
out
was
there as
happy
well.
to see the fuller
Loud and
figured women.
proud. Yeah.
But you're right about the backing singers. I mean, these backing singers for Israel completely took over. He might as well not have been there.
It was
I mean,
their
look at all
show.
this.
Oh, yes,
Exactly.
That's them
I
showing
wish he
you
hadn't
love.
been there, really.
Love and
Volleyball
Great.
Bajaj.
Because it's a two-stage strip, isn't it? Because now they're going to do another one where
The
they...
extra
Yeah,
one.
it was
right?
multi-verse
Yeah.
part,
Part
yeah.
two.
What was the one
They
with
got
the
their
girl-
money's worth.
The girl that she had
you
one dress,
fantasising,
then
Lionel?
she had a white dress with black knickers, then they came off.
Then
and she was all
everything
black,
came off.
And then the yellow.
That was Romania.
Was that Romania?
Romania, so yeah, there was a kind of four-way striptease she did.
Yes.
And then there was some other stripping going on, and then they had those big floppy discs as well they were chucking around.
Yeah.
It was quite a fun little
That was
performance,
bizarre.
really.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Tim in Riga has got Gemini. Let's see how Gemini are doing. Hey, Tim.
I do. Chris, Gemma, what do you think of this party? It's a bit weird, isn't it?
We just walked in and it's a bit strange, but there we go. We're just going to have a drink and enjoy ourselves.
I know you've been waiting for a few glasses of wine for this moment for all week.
Yes, definitely. I've had a sore throat all week, so I've been saying, right, get the Eurovision out the way, and then I can have a drink. And now, you know, sadly, things haven't ended up the way we wanted them to. We are a bit sad.
It's opposite end of the scale, actually, but there you go.
You know, still proud to be British. You know, we're still going to be coming home and smiling, and you know, we give it our best shot. What else can you say?
Everyone in the UK seems to be very surprised that we didn't pick up any points at all. I mean, it's just ridiculous, isn't it?
Of course.
What's your view on Turkey?
Even from Terry Wogan, you know what I mean? Everyone across the board is so surprised. I can just expect everyone's faces and written out to be, oh my God.
We've spoken to everyone back home and everyone's shocked just as much as me and Chris is shocked and everyone else who's here, but get on with it, smile, enjoy yourselves, and
Are you looking forward to going back tomorrow?
yes, we are.
Just to go home and see the faces on our families and just to be comforted by them, basically. And you know, every step of the way we've had a ball, we've had a laugh. It's been fantastic being in it anyway. And also, you know, thanks to Keir, who's been on guitar, Emma, Nikki and Lindsay, who've been with us from the start. We've all had a ball, and that's all we can say, basically. We have had a ball,
We're just hearing that your parents saying they love you very much, they're very, very proud of you, so that's good, isn't it? So listen, you know, we're going to keep going. The party's going to go on all night, I reckon, but, you know, not quite as up as we hope to be, but back to you, Lorraine.
Oh,
we'll see you soon, Brendan!
Thank you, Tim, and thank you to Gemma. And I think she was getting a wee bit upset there. The wee
You know, what a good response there.
Great attitude.
Very positive,
I am
weren't they?
really, really proud of them because they're keeping their heads up.
Yeah.
Good Scousers.
They've got
you
their
know?
single to promote
They're
as well.
bounce back.
I hope the press don't give them a bad time. I really do. because
Well, I
it-
don't. The press shouldn't give them a bad time.
They shouldn't,
It's not
I say.
fair.
I hope they
yeah, I
don't.
hope they don't.
They might get
I'm with
behind
you.
them,
They
pro
don't.
Britain.
Oh,
You know.
what's your